And it's Sunday the 31st of May, 2026. I just had a chat with my family that's in Thailand. My girlfriend didn't speak to my kids, but they're playing with my girlfriend. She's spending some time looking after her friend that's in hospital, rotating with another family member. And while she's doing that, she's got one of the young relatives, a 14-year-old, staying with my kids, and my kids are having a lovely time playing with this 14-year-old. My kids are 11 and 8. The 14-year-old is a girl. So that's all lovely. We're struggling. We're struggling, not as much as other people are struggling, but what I mean is we're doing the best we can. I'm working and sending money over, trying to better work and blah de blah. Staying with my mother in the UK while I'm here, which is a gift. It's all a gift. And I get to spend time with my mother as well, which is really lovely. So that's my lovely life. It's not perfect by any means, but it's a gift as far it's the only life I've got, and I love that. But just my reason why I make this is because although that's my little lovely life, that I've made for myself. I'm sure you've all got lovely lives yourself, or you should be having the best life you can be. Um, but when you see I don't have TV like for years and years. I haven't had TV. I do have a computer. I do work online, so I do see social media. Uh, just look at just thinking like this day and age, what's on every if we call it a channel on every it's not every channel, but every person's channel. So first thing I'm looking at on Shorts is what's this minister? What is his name? Something Ben. Tony Benn talking years ago in Parliament, 1998. He's calling out hypocrisy back then. Yeah. Another channel, The Power of Islam. Okay. Advertising. Right, another one. Not many people know his story, but this Nigerian immigrant named Godwin Ajala saved thousands during the 9/11 attacks, holding the door open until his very last breath. Okay. Huawei advertising. Okay, a bit of football. That's a bit normal, isn't it? Now we've got Trump. Is it possible to stay on this subject just for once? While hosting a White House roundtable on College Sports Friday, President Donald Trump declined to answer a question about replacing Risti Cohen with Sen Lapakawa Mullen as Secretary of Department of Homeland Security. Trump let out a sigh and responded, "Is it possible to stay on this subject just for once?" Okay, anyway. Um, Owen Jones talks, calling Zionists bloodthirsty, and it's him, and he's calling out what's the comedian who's not funny at all? Is it Bill Maher? Bill Maher. Okay, I like Owen Jones. Former UN ambassador disrupted. Former UN ambassador disrupted at graduation over Gaza. Next one. Okay, football. This is all quite normal. World Cup comedy. That's all good. APAC caught in sneak attack. The Young Turks. Some guy saying that he's got a higher salary than my parents at my age. Okay, good for you, mate. Good for you. Trump gets confused and shocks everyone. He took drugs live on stage. This guy, okay. And then this geezer, Savior, he goes around making streams, making videos and stuff like that. Um he's calling out this agenda, this agenda that stops people from being able to talk about a genocide that's been happening for a long time in front of our eyes, which a lot of governments don't accept or call it a genocide. They might say that it's that the courts have called it a plausible genocide, but anyway, yeah. So that's been happening for quite a long time now, isn't it? People have seen that, and it's become normalized. It's become normal to let it happen and to say nothing and to scroll. You know, myself included as well. I get quite good at scrolling, watching kids losing limbs, being starved, being shot, green light, red light thing going on over there. Christians being spat on. I'm seeing a lot of videos of Christians being spat on, you know, in churches in Israel, which is no secret. I'm seeing I'm seeing the I'm seeing that the illegal settlers kill, maim, rape um, Palestinians, kicking more people off the land. I'm seeing it happen within prisons. I'm seeing that the Israeli army raping, killing, torturing, raping to death, using animals, using dogs. But we're not. I haven't seen anyone call that shit out. I've seen a lot of people online call that shit out. I've not seen anyone on mainstream media. I've not seen anyone say this is enough. I've not heard anyone say this is enough. Enough's enough. God bless Spain for taking more of a stance, not allowing the US, this war machine, to use their airspace. So well done in that respect. It's all, even though that's a really big thing that you know, no one else has gone. Well, actually, I don't know if anyone else has gone to that extent. They possibly have, and possibly uninformed, um, to that degree. But it's all too little, too late from anyone because it's already happened over there, isn't it? And it's happening in Lebanon, and it's happening in so many other places as well. I can't keep up with it. They don't even report it. It's happening in Somalia. I've just seen on a short. It just doesn't get reported about, you know, innocent people getting killed while they're supposedly looking for ISIS or whatever, whoever they're fucking looking for. One minute they want to kill ISIS, the next minute they're shaking their hands, and it's mental, isn't it? So they get called terrorists. They get called terrorists, and then all of a sudden they're not terrorists. So the whole word terrorist is it's really it's really convenient for the people that are in charge of that word, isn't it? It's like because it works really well in their favour, doesn't it? If you call them a terrorist, you really because there's lots of people that obviously aren't terrorists that are getting labelled as terrorists as well, you know. Um, but then when they want to switch it and they don't call them terrorists anymore now, you know, they're freedom fighters or whatever. You know, that happens. So if that's how plastic, if that's how flimsy that word is, but not flimsy in the sense that we will fuck your life up over it, you know. We will, if we call you a terrorist, we will fuck your life up. That will fuck your life up, whether you're a journalist, whether you're an old age pensioner supporting an action group which is standing up for Palestine. They don't care about your life. They don't care that you're just a lovely, lovely person with a lovely, lovely heart that can't stand injustice and it's breaking your heart. They don't care. They want to stamp all over your heart. They want to call you a terrorist and stamp all over your heart, your morals, everything you stood for growing up. You know, right and wrong. You know, I'm sure there's so many people out there that agree that what's going on is an injustice, that are not anti-Semites. You know, they've just got a clear understanding of what's right and wrong in this world. Um, you know, and all of these powers that stop people from protesting or saying what is actually right doesn't doesn't sit so well with stereotypes and all of these things that we get called anti-Semite for believing it. You know, you believe that, you believe they're controlling this, you're an anti-Semite. Oh, you believe that, you believe they're running our courts, you're an anti-Semite. You believe they've got influence in our government, you're an anti-Semite. You think they've got influence on our television, you're an anti-Semite. You think they've got influence on our media, you're an anti-Semite. What's that? You're saying that's a genocide over there, you're an anti-Semite. What's that? You think that they're intentionally killing children, you're an anti-Semite. What's that? You can see them spitting on Christian people in Christian churches, you're an anti-Semite. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Keep calling out genocide. You're an anti-Semite. Yeah. It's enough to make anyone insane, isn't it? It's enough to make anyone insane. But what do they do? What's the consequences of letting something like this happen? Because I believe there are consequences. I believe that the good values that yeah, I'm not a perfect person. I've paid consequences for things that I've done. That's why I understand right and wrong and calling it out and calling shit out, not letting them fest, not letting lies fest, because I've seen what that does to people. I've seen that in my own family. I grew up working that shit out, even though we all knew it in the first place. We all knew lies were the root of all evil. And lies come out in the end. You can't, and that's what I see going on now. That it's like lies, generations of lies, decades of lies, all bubbling to the surface now. And it's like, how do we keep this? How do we keep this down? How do we keep this pressure lid down? Well, you can't. I believe you can't. You can suppress it. You can do your best to suppress it, and they're doing their best to suppress it, aren't they? On every front. You get called a terrorist for having an opinion an opinion. Um, and it's not a religious thing. It's not. It's not. It's not a religious thing at all. If the religion of Islam was inherently evil, they wouldn't be here in the first place, would they? If the religion of Judaism was inherently evil, that wouldn't have lasted for 4,000 years. This country, Israel, which has been around since 1948, it's been around since 1948. It hasn't been around, over 1,000 years like Islam, or 2,000 years like Christianity, or 4,000 years like Judaism. Israel has been around for 5 minutes, as far as not even as far as history is concerned. That land has been there a lot longer. Jews have been living there a lot longer. Muslims have been there living there longer. Christians. It's um it's really frustrating, isn't it, guys? What do you do? Do you say nothing? Do you keep on saying nothing? Or do you try and say something? Do you just try and say it as it is? And if enough people say it as it is, maybe the world will stop living in madness. Because the consequences now, you've got this thing happening now in the Straits of Hormuz, which is, I truly believe, it's going to have a massive impact. It's already having a massive impact, but we haven't felt what's going to happen. But it could be no food on shelves, mate. It could be, and it's likely to be, isn't it? It's very likely to be. And who's that aimed at? Going to Iran about nuclear weapons with Israel, not consulting anyone else. And hello, a minute, nothing's going through there at the moment at all. Who's this aimed at? It's aimed at us, isn't it? It's aimed at everyone, isn't it? Let's get it fucking untwisted, man. Who's it aimed at? It's aimed at everyone. For the benefit of who? And does anyone believe what they're being told anymore now about how bad Iran is? I'm no Iranian or ever been to Iran, or as closest I get to Iran is the closest. I used to have an Iranian electrician once upon a time. Very nice man, Saeed. People are people, aren't they? It's governments that are a problem. It's ideologies that are a problem. It's thinking that you're better than everyone else is a problem. Can't really. I haven't scripted anything, and surprise, surprise, no one's watching this. It's just I just feel compelled to say something. I feel like I'm one of the lucky ones, for sure. Because at the same time, I mean, I'm skint. I'm trying to create a business at the moment. It's keeping my brain occupied. I'm not having to dwell on this stuff. I'm giving this. I don't. I have done. I have done. I've been an alcoholic and everything else in the past, and with everything going on, even just with like Russia and Ukraine, it used to make me fucking go nuts. And then with Palestine, it make me go nuts. I've hardened up a lot to this. Don't know about you guys, but having a sense of purpose as well has really, really helped. Having something I can switch off to and have something positive I can tune into, like trying to create a business and because I've been at crossroads in my life, and it's like, why do I even bother? Why do we? And that's been the story of my fucking life. Up until now, I've turned it around. But thank God, because it keeps me busy. It might be all in vain, but that's not for me to decide. It's actually a very good survival technique to have a purpose, to get busy, and to do something like this, right? You know, have I said anything anti-Semitic? No, of course I haven't, because I'm not anti-Semitic. I'm not an anti-Semite. I don't even agree with that word, because if we're really going to, unpack that word, then Palestinians are Semites, Arabs are Semites. Jesus was a Semite. It's too convenient, isn't it? They control the language. When I say they, I don't just mean Jewish Zionists. I don't mean that at all. No, it's a lot bigger than that. Than just it would be too. And that's the thing why people need to be careful. I know people are frustrated with everything that's going on, and some uneducated people could go out there and act in ways, and they would be wrong to do that, purely because it goes against the whole thing in the first place. And secondly, where do you want to aim your aggression? It doesn't have to be physical aggression, does it? We can stand united in other ways and call something out, can't we? Civil disobedience, knowing something, saying it together, not allowing that word, that damaging word, anti-Semite, terrorist. These words, don't let them. Don't they've got so much weight, haven't they? Less weight. You've got people out there challenging these words. God bless them. God bless these people. They will truly be remembered in history as truly noble people, I think. Because the other team is so well funded, isn't it? Seems to be like unlimited fund. It seems like they'll throw away the wealth of the world to stand on the side of this demonic movement, which is to expand one thing, which is at the cost of what? At the cost of this, where we are at now. And this is just increments. It's going up in increments, isn't it? And it's really starting to the increments are really starting to get larger and larger, and the cost is getting larger and larger. It's and the answer isn't to go and to do what? To cause violence in Golders Green or Jewish areas, or because you're missing the point. You're missing the point. They're not the ones controlling anything at all. Do you think they've got any control in this? I actually think they're being. It's too convenient to even. They might even believe it themselves that you know, but that's a belief system, and the ones that are really benefiting, I'm sure it's the multi billionaires, isn't it? It's the banking class. It's the super wealthy. It's the families with long histories, isn't it? It's them people. It's not the everyday normal people, the everyday normal Jewish man, the everyday normal Christian man. Yeah, it's not. It's not. It's not. The ones that are at that level, they're not even religious. They're not religious. They don't care. They don't think that there's no morality. It's not about that. It's demonic. It's really on a demonic plane. But they've disguise themselves under different names, using religious names, but they're not religious. I'm not talking about Jewish people. I'm not talking about Christian people. Although some of these people might be hiding behind these names, but they do. It's so convenient, isn't it? The truth of the matter is they're really atheists, you know. And like I say, I'm not calling Jewish people atheists. I'm talking about this select, and it's not just Jewish. That it's that's why people need to stop before they go out and think about committing any kind of violent crime, because that's ridiculous. That's retarded. That's not accurate. That's not accurate. It's like calling out Islam, isn't it, and saying that Islam should be banned from our country. What, people that believe in God should be banned from our country. See what they're doing? It's ungodly. It's the ungodly bunch that want you to do that. Yeah, you know, we've got very short lives in the whole grand scheme of things. Religion keeps going on thousands of years, doesn't it? But our short lives in the scheme of things, I mean, hatred is a killer, isn't it? To go through life having hatred is a killer. And there's a good chance that you might be hatred, and you know, you might have hatred, and you might have hate, and you might have resentments against something that you realize, might not realize, but you might realize you're completely wrong about in the first place. It was completely misdirected. Once you get clarity and understanding in life, realize how misled we've been, how easily we are misled. We can mislead ourselves, can't we? We don't need that's the power, isn't it? Because we're so deceivable. We deceive ourselves. We lie to ourselves. It's this inner self thing, isn't it? It's not. It's because obviously we have like a spirit, don't we? A consciousness, and we've got our own dialogue, haven't we? Inner dialogue and own demons, you know. And if you're lucky through life, you can sort of address that within yourself. And some people are just born into having that shit worked out, sort of like earlier. It wasn't for me. I had to I I had to go through it, but I went through it, and now life's a lot better for me as far as my own life. I'm not suffering like I used to, not making myself suffer anymore now because of I've learnt, I've accepted, I've changed, I've adapted, and I'm really grateful for that. I've left it late. I've left it in my 40s, you know, and I don't know how long I've got left like everyone else. But I'm grateful for that for being where I am today, and you know, and my journey is makes me understand that I'm far from perfect. That's what I'm talking about. Far from perfect. I understand what it's like to be prejudiced against. I understand what, because I've been there, man. I've been there. I've let the demons come in. For a long time, I've been a drug addict. I've been an alcoholic. I've been, which has caused all amounts of turmoil in my life. Nobody else's fault, nobody else's fault. I'm not blaming anyone for my own shit. But for the grace of God, doesn't matter what religion you are, but the grace of I call it God, giving me an awakening to guide me through a way that I don't have to live like that anymore. It gives me an understanding of that way isn't the right way. It's not sustainable. Might have felt good at some points, but how many people's lives did that ruin, as well as your own, and your body, your mind, your teeth. Fucking hell, your teeth. Going through that at the moment. Um, but I'm sure I truly believe that makes me such a stronger person than not than anyone else, but than my former self. And by having that self knowledge, you can spot it. You can spot it in other things that are going on and realize this isn't right. Who's this benefiting? It's kind of like an addiction, seeing other people's addictions, whether it's control or and denials. Who you kidding? Because you're only kidding yourself, and it's only causing destruction, isn't it? All of it. It's not causing harmony. I do think I've kind of lived a glory years as well. I haven't done anything much with them financially. I could have done. A lot of people did make opportunities. I went the other way, but I've been able to live in Thailand since 2012 and have a family over there and have a wild time to the point where it's like up until now, everything's kicking off globally. I suppose it always was, but it was bubbling, wasn't it? Now it's smashing to the surface. Everything's really crushing to the surface. You've got Ukraine, Russia, whatever you think about that. There's wrong and right on every side on it, isn't there? Was Russia wrong to invade? Well, yeah, you'd think so, wouldn't you? But let's look at the broader context of that. They don't want you to look at that, do they? Because politically, it doesn't suit their narrative, do they? Does it? So you won't hear about it. And if you only listen to a certain type of news, you'll only be listening to a certain sort of narrative. Like my mother, she listened to a narrative like a lot of other people, the majority of this country, and voted for Brexit by a man who didn't run for anything because he was very cleverly exploiting things that were real. That were real. He was exploiting that, just like Tommy Robinson. He's exploiting things that are real, do exist, and he's using that to have his narrative. He's not. And before I knew of before I knew about the bigger picture, before Palestine, before all of this, I'd listened to Tommy Robinson, and I find myself agreeing with a lot of the stuff. I thought, wow, this guy, man, fucking hell, he's a hero, isn't he? You know, it looks like these police are covering up these assaults and everything else by this demographic, certain demographic, and he's out there, he's uncovering it, he's in the courts. But then when you get a bit more educated, and he was hosted on he was put on different shows, been given lots because because very clever, very and very right in that sense. But what wasn't right was what I didn't notice at the time is the crime was the thing. The crime itself, the crime in itself was the one thing that was actually what you know. Had he have been doing it for every other, not been focusing on a demographic, because obviously the crime is much bigger than the demographic, and in fact the demographic is a minority, isn't it, to that crime? Do you know what I mean? Has to be, isn't it? However, it's only picked out to be that one. That's all you're noticing, and that's really convenient, isn't it, for some? And when I say for some, it's actually reported who Tommy Robinson is funded by. Go and check it up. Who's he funded by? Why is he being funded? Why is he being? Why is he on the telly saying he would ban Islam, get them out? You know, and there's a lot of people that just listen to a certain type of narrative all the time. My mother, and she believes it. My mum's a lovely person, but she believes a load of nonsense. She's only listening to a certain, and she's only being fed a certain algorithm. sh- And they know it. They know it, man. They know it. They know it. And it's a sickness. They're creating monsters. I'm not saying my mum's a monster, but she's listening to monstrous stuff, and it's all really damaging. Brexit didn't help us, did it? However, my mum's neighbours, all of them, truly believed it. Truly believed it. I think what they really realised is that life is a lot harder now than it was before. And when someone's saying that this is the answer, it's a quick fix, isn't it? You think you found the answer because this person's saying it articulately. And why would they be saying it? Why would they be allowed to say it if it wasn't true? Do you know what I mean? So they listen to that. They listen to that, and it's like they think they found the answer. They think they've tapped into it, and they think, well, fuck me, this guy's saying it. So I suppose that's how they thought about other people in history in World War Two on the German side. Yeah, I'm sure that's how it happens. Sure, that's how it happens. And it's not clever, is it? It's fuck. Well, it is, I suppose. If you, it's not clever for the people that buy into it that have actually got bigger brains than that. Some of the smartest people can be well easily led. Well easily led. So we're easily deceived. Like I said before, we deceive ourselves. The people that have I'm not going to have any sugar because I've got a terrible tooth pain. Yes, we deceive ourselves. They know it. They know how to trick the mind, and they're doing it. They're doing it. They're being well funded. These people have got loads of money. They don't care that there's not going to be any food on the shelves. They don't care the price of your petrol. They're getting paid loads of money. They're getting bundles, mate. They don't care. They're not for the people. And these people, it's being well funded from that side, yeah, from this Zionist side. And then you've got people on these marches with the Israeli flags waving them, and it could really easily switch, can't it? Do you know what I mean, mate? It's if you start buying into that, and you're a minority yourself, it could switch the other way. It did in 1939, mate. It did in 19. It switched, mate. It's like, don't think you're clever for going along with it, mate. Because it's not there for you. I know you think it is. It's not it, but it's not. It's actually not there for you guys at all. It's not there for us. It's only there for a certain mob, and it's not a Jewish mob. It's not a Christian mob. It's the billionaires club. That's all they fucking care about. So we should all be a bit smarter than this, guys. You know, fuck me. We're from the UK. We're Brits. Yeah, we won the second fucking World War. We won it, mate. We fucking won it. We're Britain. We're Great Britain. This country has been great before. Although I might have fucking fucked my own life up in some ways. It's been a great fucking country. It's given me opportunities. I've lived in London. I've been surrounded by multicultures. It's been fucking lovely. I married a Thai woman. I've got Thai children. I fucking love it. Yeah, I fucking love this world. And there's a demonic fucking bunch of bankers, politicians, and fucking evil cunts that want to ruin this fucking world. This world that I love. You know, I'm in my 40s now. I'm not past it. I've got fucking kids, and they this is their fucking future that you're fucking up. You know what I mean? You cunts. This is their world. They need the opportunities. That's you know. Hopefully you can. I'm not fucking. I'm not giving up or anything like that. Far from it. Does make me emotional, as it should everyone. Wake up, everyone, guys. You know, fucking hatred, division, and everything amongst us at Brit is not going to help us at all. That's not the answer. We should stand united, all of us. Fucking blacks, yellows, browns, whites, fucking Christians, Muslims, Jewish people, fucking the lot of us. We should stand united and say enough, enough's enough, enough's enough. Embrace your neighbour. Love thy neighbour for fuck's sake. Love thy neighbour. And genocide is wrong. Christians know it. Jewish people know it. Non-religious people know it. Genocide is evil. It's wrong. Don't have to be a genius to understand that the whole project of Israel is not gone right, has it? From the beginning, it's not gone right. Hasn't gone right. Is that Jewish people's fault? No, no, it's not a Jewish problem. It's not. It's causing problems for Jewish people. Yeah, it's not a fucking Jewish problem, though. No, it's not. It's not a Muslim problem. It's not a Christian problem. It's not. if you believe in God, or if you don't believe in God, if you believe in good, if you believe in right, and if you believe in wrong, and if you believe in fairness, you believe in equality, yeah, you're on the right fucking track. You're on the right track. I really love this world, guys. I really love living. I love living. I'm it's strange for me saying that even myself because I've done the opposite of that to myself, being having addictions in the past. But the truth is of the matter is the reason why I've never fucking killed myself, or glad I've never fucking died of drugs. I actually love life. I love life and I love people. I'm not ashamed to say that. I love people and I love color and I love languages and I love the world. I love culture. I believe I love equality. If it's I love fairness. If it's not fair, then it's not right. It doesn't feel right. It's not right. Is there an immigration problem in the country? Fuck me, they've made an immigration problem. They've made an immigration problem for the very same reason that they want us divided while they're doing other things. Wake up, guys. That's what's going on. It's not the fucking poor immigrants. You're saying they're living in 4-star, 5-star hotels. Fuck me, you could live living in Buckingham Palace, mate. But if you're if I've lived in luxurious places before, mate, and been in hell at the same time. So don't think it's all about that. I understand that you're suffering, you're struggling, I am as well. I am. That's been I understand that life. I get that. But change isn't going to come around by hatred. It's going to come around it's going to come around by understanding the actual root cause of the problem and doing something about it that way by being united, not by being divided. It's being united that makes votes happen. Especially if you've got a good thing that everyone's together. We need better education amongst ourselves. We need to be united, and that's what it all comes down to. Not just love thy neighbour, speak to your fucking neighbour. Communities, we've lost our. It seems to me that there is not. Communities are lost. It seems. I'm guilty of being lost in a community as well. I live in a digital world. Myself, I work online. I have done for years now, more than 10 years now, working from home. And I used to have a cafe. I used to have a coffee shop in central London, seeing thousands of people. So I loved that. I loved doing that while I done that. I love doing that. And I love doing this. I love, having a living that I can make working from home. It suited me for the years that I've been doing it. But we need to be more. But as well as doing that, we still need to be united, don't we? If we're living in a digital world, we need to make this digital world more united. We need to do something about this algorithm, don't we? Because it only seems like it's benefiting certain narratives which are controlled by money. That's what we need to sort out. This money inequality. Um, yeah, Guys, I've been speaking a lot, and sometimes in the past when I've said something, I can get quite embarrassed about what I've said. But to be honest, man, I think I've been pretty fair about what I've said here. Very honest about. If I've upset anyone, that's not been my intention. If you look back at what I've said, I'm not against Jews. I'm not against Muslims. I'm not against anything. I'm against nutters. I'm against fucking cunts. That's all I'm against, mate. And the cunts are the people that want to divide us. Um, the cunts are being funded by movements in other countries. Just have a look, see it for yourself. Don't just listen to me. Question everything, research everything. If something out there in the media is making you feel a certain way, there's every chance it's not fucking real, by the way. Research it, research it. Realize that you are being lied to. We're all being lied to. But if you listen to your heart, if you listen to, do a bit of soul searching, listen to your heart. I'm sure from a very young age you knew what was right and you knew what was wrong. So listen to your heart, and that's where God is. I think, don't listen to the hatred, don't listen to the fear, because I've never really made any good decisions based on fear, to be honest. Go deeper than that. Go into your heart, man. Have a bit of faith in God, that God will give you the right answer. Of any faith that you are, you know, God is the light, and God said that love thy neighbor. There's some amazing people in this world that they're protesting. Some amazing Jewish people on Palestinian marches. Amazing people. Um, that do amazing things. There are amazing people in this world that do amazing things for other people. There is a force for good as well. Although I've said there's a lot of lies, there's a force for good in this world. You won't, and the force for good. You'll hear no hate. You'll hear hatred in the act. Killing children is that you hate that, but good people will say that no, I don't hate Israelis, but they'll say I hate what Israelis are doing. That's for me. That sounds like Jesus is telling me that. Muhammad is telling me. God is telling me that. I don't even need the prophets. Peace be upon them. I don't even need the prophets, man. God tells me that. I tell me that. I've known that from a baby. Do you know what I mean? Mm. A terrible toothache. Neglected my teeth. Don't neglect your teeth. Stay away from drugs and alcohol and sugar. Sugar's the main one. Stay away from all of that shit if you can avoid it, mate. Um, I know I didn't. It's very easy for me to say that now, but I've wasted a lot of years, gained a lot of knowledge, and I'm lucky to be alive to be able to experience this life and have any kind of life now, whatever kind of health I've got right now. I'm still lucky to be alive. Life is so valuable, yet treated so cheaply I see life as really valuable, and I'm sure everyone living their lives, your life is it's the most valuable thing you'll ever have. And having the just experiencing life is whether you're alone or you've got the gift of sharing it with other people that value. Oh man, life. Some people are dying to live it, quite literally. Anyway, that's all I'm gonna put out there on this one. If this resonates with anyone, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. It's just humanity, isn't it? I'm being as humane as I possibly can be. Peace out.